Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWitt.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWitt.
Hi.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about how to time release, in quotations, time release, an offer campaign. Before we get into the topic, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Dave asked, it's regarding, do you want me to say the county?
Sure.
Okay.
He put it in there.
Okay. Las Animas County, Colorado. Can't find the properties on Google Earth. I did a large mailer to Las Animas. Is that right? Animas?
Yeah, you're saying it right.
All right. And I'm receiving a huge number of accepted offers. However, which I would too, does not have a GIS system, nor do they use GPS. So this is just within the county, what their information is what he's talking about. So you must view the legal description. Boy, we've all been here. Some have the township range and section with northeast, northwest, etc. So you can find the quarter where the property is located, and then use a plat map to make a little better guess. However, many of the properties that I have found do not contain the township range section data. So you have to pull the county road map to find township and range. This is so good that he's doing all this because, man, we've done this.
He's learning to drive a stick.
He's learning it. It's true. This is really, really good. Then view the plat map and maybe find the section. Still, it's very hard to find exactly the right parcel. Does anyone here who has worked with Las Animas already have any tricks that they have learned to help with this? I have tried to call the assessor and ask for help, and they are clueless. No kidding. I'm thinking about driving there tomorrow, 3.5 hours. Well, that's not going to help.
That's the answer.
I mean, can you really stand there? How are you going to stand there and find it if you can't find it on the map?
Because you have a plat map.
But how do you know where to drive?
So the assessor's going to say, this is a book, because it has a book and page.
Right.
So every property.
Driving to the county. That's true. I think I've been driving to the property. I'm like, hold on.
Let me start over. 99.8% of the counties in the country are covered on parcelfact.com, which is one of our companies. Mm-hmm. So, and Las Animas is one of those that is not. Why is it not covered? Because the county is in the dark ages. Parcelfact.com and RealQuest Pro, for that matter, collect data from a county, right? I mean, sometimes they have 8 people walk in and collect data every month, sometimes more than one time a month. And if the county is not willing to participate, or they're so unorganized or non-computerized, then it's not included. But that's we always end up talking about the problem counties.
I know. Why is that?
Because and Dave's right.
Yeah.
This is in the 0.5% of the counties that's not covered in the country, which, by the way, might be a reason why he's getting so many offers coming back, because nobody's working.
Very true. Huge number of offers because no one is touching them. Yeah.
By the way, Jill and I have done incredibly well in Las Animas County over the years, flipping land. So what I've done in the past, and I did it, this is long before ParcelFact and any type of spatial product at all. When I knew I was buying a tremendous amount of property, I would go there. I would sit down and I would review the book and page. So literally on the wall, there's a book. There's books and books and books, book and page, of plat maps. Mm-hmm. And then the pages in those books are the specific properties. And you flip through them just like you'd flip through a dictionary and you'd find the plat map. This is going back to before the internet, before
it's
computers.
Way old, yes.
Some new some urban counties, like Maricopa in Arizona, they don't keep paper anymore at all.
Right.
So the answer is then to sit down with the assessor or whoever's, if the recorder is relatively seasoned, or they've been there for a lot of years, they know all this stuff too. Mm-hmm. You start pulling book and pages, and you will find the plat map associated with it.
And you can get copies from them and take copies home and all that good stuff, and that solves that.
There's a reason that you get a free subscription to earthpoint.us, because the guy that owns that has solved that too.
Right. And that's again if you have the township range section, that kind of thing. But if you don't have that, then you have to start with what you just said, go to the county, and then.
For a lot of years, we had an engineer named Ethan. He's no longer with us because his wife's a doctor and he doesn't need to work anymore. That's the real truth. And he raises the kids.
Yeah.
I talked to him on Facebook once in a while. He's a really good guy, and he used to have a saying, because he would get asked this all the time, this exact question, or very, very different versions of it, but it's the same question. And his answer would be, and he would look you straight in the eye and say, "It all starts with a plaid map, man."
It does.
I agree.
It's true.
It doesn't anymore. Parcel Fact solves it for you in the county, but otherwise, you're probably. And I know lives in Colorado. He's rocking it in Colorado, by the way. I mean, he's knocking it out of the park. This is a guy that never knew about this stuff. He's brand new. He's got, talk about solving your own problems like we talked about yesterday. He's going to get in the car.
Bingo, and drive
3.5
there.
hours.
Pick up the maps himself, sit there and figure it out.
And probably, if you need to remember, you can take a picture of stuff now.
Yep.
Start snap away.
Yep.
Until your phone's out of film. That's what I tell it.
Phone's out of film.
Take a picture until your phone runs out of film.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Dad. That's what they say.
Yep.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Today's topic, how to quote unquote time release an offer campaign. This is the meat of the show. What the hell is time release? Did you ever see like prescription drugs or
Yes.
or any type of, even over the counter drugs? You can get them where you just take it and they last 4 hours, or you can get time released stuff where it's 24 hours, like allergy medicine, right? It's the same thing with a campaign. Let's say you want to send 5,000 offers out to multiple counties, or let's say just one county, for people who own real estate or cars or boats or planes or whatever you choose to do it with. Do you want to send all 5,000 out at the same time and just get barraged with phone calls? Or do you want to time release them and send out 500 every week just to spread them all out?
Oh, I want to go crazy. I want to have my phone like blowing up. No, I don't want that.
So it's a personal preference. A guy like Luke Smith, who's one of our top producing members, and a guy like me, we just put them in the mail. We swing hard and hope for the best.
Oh my gosh.
Which is how we play golf too.
Great. Oh, geez.
That's a personal preference. There are some, like I know Jill, because Jill actually
mops up the mess.
Jill actually respects this business.
Yes, I do.
Respects the sellers. And,
Yes, I do.
And actually, for whatever reason, wants to talk to them on the phone and learn about their kids and everything, which is probably why we buy tons of real estate.
Gee, you think?
She loves the time release. In fact,
I do.
The fact is I don't blast it, shotgun the thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like Luke does. I don't think Luke's wife mops it up either. I think.
Exactly.
So how do you time release it? Well, you do the first point is that you process the mailer itself, the mail merge, exactly the same way that you would process all 5,000 at once, and you let the printer do it for you. If you're a member of Land Academy and Land Investors, we use LetterStream at a deeply discounted price, and soon to be offers to owners here. We will cut up so in the end, when you process the whole thing, and you literally have, it's a 5,000 unit mailer, you have 10,000 pieces of paper, because it's a 2-page offer, in a PDF. So you're staring at it on the computer, you literally can scroll down 10,000 pages. Our printer and the people who work for us at Offers to Owners are sophisticated enough to know how to take that and cut it up into 500 unit mailers and time release it. That's the real answer here. Don't do it yourself. Never do it yourself. We haven't talked about that in a while. If you have a printer, throw it away. In the end, it's going to cost you way more money, and you shouldn't be doing that stuff anyway.
When he means printer, he means like on your desk. Like you shouldn't be printing out your own offers and signing them and licking an envelope and putting a stamp on it.
There are very successful people in our group who still do that. I don't understand why. And every once in a while, one of those successful people sends me an email and says, I've disagreed with you on this point for a year, and I just sent out my first campaign through LetterStream or through Offers to Owners, and man, I should have listened.
Yeah. Why do you want to spend 8 hours of your time doing that?
Why do you want to answer
drives me crazy.
By the way, why do you want to answer your own phone?
Right.
You should never answer your own phone. You should have a call service.
People
that's
do that.
Incredibly inexpensive. Use Pat Live or Jill Live or whatever you choose. So that's how you time release an offer campaign. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not the one who answers the phone in our company either.
That's for sure.
Jill,
We stopped letting you do that a long time ago.
Jill does actually. Once in a while she does, just because she likes it.
I do.
I don't understand that.
I like it.
I had a long time. I had a sales job, and a guy, our boss. This was way before the internet.
Yeah.
And it involved like door-to-door cold calling. I had this job for like 3 weeks. It was awful.
Oh,
And the boss, who was real good at it, he used to say, you know what? I'm going to go out with you today, Steve Jack. Because I like cold calling. I'm like, what? Who the hell likes cold calling?
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that. He just liked it. That's like you would answer the phone.
He liked it. Well, you know what? He liked it because he doesn't have to do it all day long. And his job's not dependent on it.
Maybe that's why you answer the phone once in a while. Because you don't have to really.
Because I could go, no, I'm not going to do that again.
Like a grandparent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is fun for an hour. Here's
I'm going to give him back. Here you go. Oh, boy.
I don't have much else to say about this. It's pretty simple.
Thank goodness. Just
the takeaway from...
Sorry.
No, it's good. The takeaway from this whole thing is, all kidding aside, you kind of want to time release it, especially if you're going to answer the phone, and you should be answering. You should be reading the script from Jill, reading the results of the people calling you back from Jill Live or Pat Live or whatever, and diligently calling these people back and trying to put a deal together.
I was going to say, too, and based on the response that you get, you're going to dial it up and dial it down. Say you're doing a time release campaign like Jack just said, and you have 1,000 letters going out a week. Not crazy. And you can sit and...
Too many.
Well, okay, 500. Well, so let's just, whatever the number is, based on the volume, you can dial it up or dial it down on what you can handle and what your response is. And that's really the key, too. I got to say, when you do these consistent time release offer campaigns, you can track your results, and that'll really help you be really effective. If you know that, all right, 500 a week meant I got an average of 30 calls, and I liked 5 of those.
I bought 3 properties.
And I bought 3, exactly. Now I know, all right, I know exactly what to do with this property type in this area, and I can plan my year, You could really consistently plan your income almost, based on what you can handle.
Every once in a while, I do a deal review or a data review call, consulting call with somebody who says, I sent these letters out, and they're just not buying the property that I thought I would buy. This happens probably once every 6 months, not exaggerating. And so I ask the same questions. Here they are. Are you answering your phone? Yes. How many calls do you have to return right now? 19. Well, that's why you're not doing any deals.
Yeah.
Seriously. Or here's another one. Are you getting a bunch of calls? Yes. Are you answering your phone? Yes. Do you have a bunch of, on your caller ID, do you have like 22 calls where they just called and the number's there and they hung up? Oh, yeah, I have a ton of those. Call those people back. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you're not using your own personal cell phone. It's a real specific number. The only reason they would call at all is because they got your number.
Right.
So every time you send a mailer out, you want to double the amount of property you buy. You're going to get a call. A lot of people call and they just hang up. So there's 10 or 15 or 20 numbers in there. Call them back and say, hey, I noticed I got your number on the caller ID. I've heard Jill do this and do a deal right there. I got your number on the caller ID. I think you hung up. I'm sure that you're responding to the letter. I'd really like to buy your property for the number that I put in that offer. It's just, oh, yeah, thank you so much for calling me back. That's what happens 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and be efficient, by the way. This is not the time to really chat and stuff. You got 19 people to call back. You need to call them all back, get all the information, put it in a spreadsheet, and be efficient.
Or a CRM.
Right.
But yeah, whatever methodology you use.
So,
all good stuff.
Thank you.
So in the end, time release your offers and answer your phone or go through the script from the person that answered it, the results of it, and make sure you call everybody back. Mm-hmm. You have to work it. You have to solve your own problems there.
That's true.
That's going to be the theme this week. Solve your own problems.
Exactly.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
That was good.
It was.
That was a really
Actually,
good.
I was thinking.
Where did that come from?
What, the topic?
Yeah. Were you talking to somebody about that?
No, we were at the lunch that one day.
Yeah.
Brainstorming about topics, and
It just came to you.
Yeah.
I like it when that happens.
Me too. You sound all sultry.
What's
about
coming to you right
it.
now?
I like it when that happens.
Yeah. I like it when you just get these crazy ideas.
Oh, it's all steamy in here. Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and
Stop
this is
while
the
we
Cash Flow from Land Show.
We're the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land,
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
and really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.